Happy Wednesday, Flosstube. Hello, crafty friends. Whew, it's already noon here in London, Ontario, Canada. My name's Caroline. Welcome back to another daily Sampler September vlog style video. It has been a really busy morning, so I'm only just now sitting down. You're gonna hear a lot of beeping today in the video. They're the trucks outside, major construction out front of the building. Apologies in advance, but we're gonna have a beautiful new road when it's done. Quickly wanted to talk about the giveaway. Do that now so that I don't forget today. Just a reminder that yesterday I pulled the winner for the Roxy Floss Co Goodbye Summer Floss Pack, and the winner of that was Holly S. That was the only thing that was in your name, Holly S. So if that's you, send me an email, caroline@evertote.ca, and we'll get that out to you. Today's floss pack giveaway, we have the Hello Autumn colors, Roxy Floss Co. They're gorgeous. These floss packs were a one-of-a-kind series that Carrie dyed for fun, and once they're gone, they're gone. So I thought it would be fun to give a couple of them away. And I recognize the name of the winner. Congratulations, Deb NG. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I apologize, but I know I see your name all the time. I feel like you're a friend. I know you visit with me often. So congratulations, you are the winner of the floss pack for today, and I'll get that out in the mail to you. In fact, I think it might have even been Deb who asked, where was Luna's spot? That's why I filmed that this morning, because she wasn't here with me yesterday. So it didn't occur to me to show you where she is. So I have one really large dog bed, and she goes from room to room here upstairs in my space, depending on where I'm working. So I generally tend to think about my day, where am I gonna spend the most time, and then I will drag her bed in there, and then that's where she sleeps. And if I have to go in the room for the other room for just a little bit, then she ticks along behind me and she just, lays down on the floor. Those dog beds are quite expensive, and I'm too cheap to buy two, so I just drag it room to room. And I really don't need two, right? It's not a hardship to take it from room to room. And she's so spoiled, right? I could just leave it in one place. It's Luna's world, and I am living in it. Anyway, just a reminder that on yesterday's video, at the end of the video, I do have a giveaway on yesterday's video, and I have a giveaway for today's video. So let me show you what it is. Because it's Sampler September, I thought it would be fun for today's giveaway to offer up the original Evertote offering for Sampler September. This was from 2 years ago. This was a mystery stitch along that we did with Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery. Basically, we started selling it, I think, at the beginning of July, and we didn't show anybody the chart. It was just kind of a trust us, we think you'll love it. And then we mailed everything out, and then we all opened them together on September 1st, and that's when they got to see what the pattern was, what the floss and the linen looked like. So it was one of our big first collaborations with Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery. So today's giveaway is the chart and the floss pack. So leave me a comment on today's video 1 week from today. So next week, I'll pull the winners on the matching days. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays are gonna be giveaway days. I will pull the winner next Wednesday. So leave me a comment. All right, I've got a few other things that I need to get to, and then I'm going to get stuck into my Sampler September stitching for the day. So I'll show you where my starting point is. I've already actually put in one length of floss first thing this morning with my coffee when I got here. So I only have to do 5 more to be done my goal for the day. So I'll show you my starting point, and then I'll show you when I'm done. And today's stitching is done. So this was so fun. Today's stitching was really, really fun. Let's give you a close-up of what I did. I finished in all of the fill-in
of the darker green stitches in the vine. And then I came up and I did the part of the vine that needed to connect to the flower here. Then I stitched the S, and then I started with the darkest navy blue, and I did all of the outlining of the part of that flower that you can see, and then I started that little bit of fill-in because I just had to see those two colors stitched together. They are the most perfect blues. Great Lakes is the darkest one, and then Deja Blue is the lighter one. Ellen, my friend Ellen, Maximum Cross Stitch, is a huge fan of Great Lakes, and it features in most of her charts where she uses Roxy Floss. And look at that, combined with peridot and those greens. Oh, it's so good. So good. Now, I was using a partial hank of peridot that was left over from a hank that we wound, and that's why I have a lot less on my card than you probably do at this point if you're, you know, if you've stitched about the same amount I do. I should have just enough to finish this design. If not, I'm going to have to cut into a new skein. But yeah, isn't it fun? So fun. This flower is so beautiful. So tomorrow's stitching, I'm going to carry on with the flower and see how much more I can get done. So this one is now done for today. Ticked the box.
So I thought I'd give you a little different view of working on my lap frame. I wanted to, we sent out an email. We have a newsletter for the website, which is www.evertote.ca. We have a newsletter that we send out every now and then, where, you know, we let you know what's going on in the shop and if we've got anything new or any information that we need to get out there. So we sent out a newsletter a couple weeks ago about a price increase that we have to implement for the Hearthside Craftworks products. So as of the 15th, so I know it's only a couple of days away, and it's why I'm mentioning it now, because if I don't mention anything, then if you've been looking at the lap frame and the Mark II floor frame online and you notice in a couple of days that the price changes, this is why. So we did send out a newsletter. We did let the people know, people who are coming to the Jacobpalooza retreat, if they were hoping to pick up a stand. Any orders placed before the 15th of September will be honored at the old price. So this is my lap frame. My husband makes these. This is the Hearthside Craftworks lap frame. So when I was working on my September's Revenge, I had it on scroll rods. This is a scroll rod system. The standard basic lap frame comes with a set of 20-inch scroll rods. And so I have my September's Revenge on scroll rods. So now I'm finally getting to my testing of the Clover thread dome, which, thank you for the comments, people who already use these and love them, because that's great feedback. And I already kind of had a feeling that just from the little bit I've been playing around with it that I was really going to like it. So it's really nice to hear that there are others of you out there who have already been using it for quilting, for you know, all different EPP, English paper piecing, all that kind of good stuff. So it's nice to hear. So now, because my modern folk embroidery piece, this is When This You See Remember Me, I have this on an 8-inch Q-snap. So my husband makes adapters for the frame so that this is a stabilizer bar that connects the two arms together. And then these small brackets screw into place, one into the stabilizer bar and one into the arm. Now you can switch sides as well if you're a left-handed stitcher and you like to. Well, I'll show you that in a second, but yeah, so the little small brackets, they screw into the thing and then they clamp down on the Q-snap. So the really nice thing about the Hearthside products is that we have this flip frame mechanism where it allows you to completely rotate your work really easily. So you can access the back of your project, easy peasy, flip it back, you're good to go. So when I'm using the Q-snap, I generally don't use the flip frame by just pulling on the Q-snap. I usually will take both arms and just navigate them that way. So just like that, easy peasy. I've got my phone adapter on the side, so I'm all set up if I want to watch Flosstube. And the other things that are not interchangeable, what's the word? You know, I can change this, I can change it up. If I'm stitching in bed, I will move the flip frame to be closer to the top of the towers, the legs, so that my stitching is higher. Or if I want to stitch, if I'm sitting at a tabletop and the table is a lot lower than the chair that I'm in, I have the ability to raise and lower it. So depending on what I'm doing, if I'm sewing, I raise my office chair to the highest height to use my sewing machine. When I'm stitching, I lower this down a little bit because I like my stitching really close to my face. So yeah, it's the word is completely escaping me at the moment. I cannot think what that word is, but this is my next project. This is the next thing that I'm going to work on today. So I know it's upside down, but when I showed it to you the other day, I haven't put in any more stitches into it. So I'm going to see if I can put in 2 lengths of floss, using them from my clover thread dome. So let's put some stitches in.
Okay, I managed to put in 3 lengths of floss. So I finished the last line of words, last phrase, and I had a little bit of floss left over from here, so I came in and I came up the triangle there, and oh, it's just so pretty, isn't it? Look at that motif. Oh, it's beautiful. Gorgeous. This is 40 count Panettone linen, Roxy Floss Co, and the Vierlande floss. I've got all of the project details, everything that I talk about every day. All of that information is found in the drop down box below, in case you are wondering, or you can't, you know, if you don't understand what I'm saying.
Well, it's the end of the day now. My work day is done. It's time to go home, time to pack up all of my things here and head home. This evening I will be working on my sock. I haven't shown this in a few days here on the channel. I've been posting my progress on Instagram, but here's where my sock is at. I only have 1 more stripe to do, and then I will start the heel. So that means I should be onto the heel starting tomorrow. So this is the heel toe do-si-do pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. Again, all of my pattern information, project information is in the description box below. It's so fun. It's so pretty. So 1 more stripe to go, and then the heel flap. Very exciting. So funny, I had a funny question. So I've saved this to the end of the day today so that just the last few minutes before I go home. Geraldine, X Stitches on YouTube and on Instagram. Jara left me a comment and question last night on, well, it would have been about the video I did at home on Saturday. Yeah, I did the video from home I did on Saturday. And, you know, I have been waiting for somebody to ask me this because when I film at home, I often film in my bedroom, and I don't show my bedroom. And I won't be showing, I feel very strange about filming and posting my like giving you a tour of my bedroom on YouTube. It's just, it feels really, really weird. But it's hard for you, I think, not to notice that my bedroom is a little bit strange. So Geraldine wanted to know if I would give a little bit more information on what appears to be a 2-story bedroom. So there's a second floor in our bedroom. So yes, it's a little bit odd, so I'll describe it to you. Our house was built in the early 80s by a local builder in the city and his brother. And they lived in that home, in our home. It was the home they built for themselves. I think it was built in 1981. We bought this house in, Sarah was 2 years old and she's now 22, so 20 years ago. And it had been pretty badly neglected. It was in a nice neighborhood. We're in a nice neighborhood. We like all of our neighbors. We're, you know, what can you say? We like our neighborhood. But it was one of the houses on the street that you could tell needed a lot of work. What did they say, you know, buy the house on the street that needs the most work and you'll, yeah. So you know what I mean. We did, it's not like it is now. It really isn't like it is now. 20 years ago, you could still buy a home for a reasonable price. And at the time, that was still a lot of money for us we were a young family. This house needed a lot of work. But my husband is quite handy, and so the majority of all of the renovations in our house over the last 20 years have been done by my husband. But the bones of the house were really unique. And so in our bedroom upstairs and in the front other bedroom that is upstairs, you have the house has cathedral ceiling, so there's no attic. There's no basement either. There's no basement and there's no attic. There's no storage space in this house. However, that's a that's a problem for, well, the last 20 years. But the 2 front bedrooms of the house have lofts in them. And our bedroom had a circular, a very compact wooden circular staircase. If you've seen wooden circular staircases from the 80s that have those sort of triangular pieces of wood and the black wrought iron banister that kind of wraps around, they were sort of ubiquitous. If you saw them, they were all quite similar. So it's from the 80s, but you know, we loved it. The bones of the house were very good. Everything else needed, I mean, there were skylights that were not proper skylights. They were just double panes of glass. And shortly after we moved in, the roof leaked and all the skylights leaked. And I remember sitting on the bed crying. We just bought the money pit. So anyway, 20 years later, there is a loft in our bedroom. When we bought the house, we think that they were using that loft as their sleeping area because you could tell that 2 sconces had been on the wall and it was wide enough for a bed to be on a very low sort of, you know, if you had a bed on a low frame, you could have a bed up there. However, we were not going to be sleeping up there. So my husband, who is very handy, as I've said, and likes working with wood, he built bookcases for up there. So that loft is now lined with bookcases. And because that loft area follows the slope of the ceiling and goes quite far back, he put the bookcases at the front of the loft, and then the very last one is on a latch and you can open it up. It's on caster wheels. You can open it up and there's storage space in behind the bookcases. So maybe one day I will share it, but I don't know, I'd share it with you. If you came over to my house for a cup of coffee, I would share it with you. It's kind of the random person who stops by and is like, who's this lady showing her bedroom on YouTube? That's kind of where things get a little weird. So if the 1,500 of you who stop by and visit me in these daily vlogs came to my house for coffee, I would show you my super weird bedroom. So anyways, there you go. It's a loft with a circular staircase, and my husband built bookshelves up there. So it's kind of a special room. I'm rather fond of our strange, weird, and wonderful house. So anyways, there you go. I hope that cleared up a question. I hope that answered your question. Anyways. So yeah, so that's it for me. I'm gonna pack up my bags, take my things home, and call it a day. Time to go home and have some dinner and do some stitching and knitting. I will not have a daily vlog up tomorrow. I am going to be recording a video with Carrie, Roxy Floss Co, my partner in crime over on the Evertote Notes from the Workshop YouTube channel. We're going to be recording our joint Flosstube tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, Hannah and I are going to be hosting a Zoom meeting for Jacob Palooza. We're going to have it, I think it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We've got room for 300 people, I think. It's open to all people, all attendees of the retreat. If you've got any questions about, you know, coming to London, parking, all that kind of stuff. So it's open to everybody. We're also going to record it and put it up on Facebook after it's been, after we're done. Because we know that there's lots of people who won't be able to join us live. So the recording will be available afterwards, and it will be posted in the Jacob Palooza Facebook group. If you'd like to join this meeting and you are not on Facebook or you're not part of the mailing list, send us an email tomorrow and we'll send you the link with the code. But you'll have to do it before 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time so that we've got enough time to get you the code. Yeah. So that'll be tomorrow. So I won't have time to put up a daily vlog tomorrow, but I will see you on Friday when I come back with my friend Ellen. And we've got lots of things to show and share. So until Friday or tomorrow, if I see you over on the other YouTube channel, have a great night, everybody. Take care. Happy stitching.